Good morning, good morning. Welcome to my channel, Gangsters, Players, Common Folks, Working Folks. I would like to have a conversation with you without the mask. You are where you at so you can take off your mask and have a real conversation. I'm gonna try to be brief about this, but I want to touch on some things that as young men that we go through. When I was young, I was in the boys' home, and you had kids around me that were bad, that we consider bad, or they come from a life where they go for bad, right? And I used to ask myself this question. This is the question I used to ask myself. I said, why I'm not like these guys? And I thought, why are you not as mean and bad as they were? So I developed the idea, I'm going to test myself by beating one of them up. If they mess with me, I want to beat them up. At least I'm going to try to. So I set out on a mission to act like everyone else. You know, as a youngster, you're being influenced. So I would beat them up. And I got back in society. If my friends was messing with me, I would beat them up too. Because I thought that made me strong. I thought physical strength made me strong. I thought acting tough made me strong. So I developed the ability to fight, to being able to protect myself physically. I would come to a situation and I would act all cool. I would be myself. But as soon as someone dealt with me in the wrong way, I would beat them up. I thought that would make me feel strong. But in reality, that was not me. I was just a laid back kid, just trying to fit in with the other kids. And you had to act tough, right? I went to prison. When I got to prison, I had a name on the street. I won't go off into it. I had a name on the street. But the prison, the scavengers, the maggots, the lowlife, the people that been in prison living this life, this survival life, didn't know me. So they would press me. And I would beat them up. And he'd say, man, you better leave that guy right there alone. But I still didn't feel good about being physical with people. That didn't make me feel strong inside. You know how you overpower somebody, you whoop somebody, it made you feel powerful. Well, I was different. After I beat a dude up, I wanted to be his friend. I didn't want to be. Then you know how you beat somebody up and you're enemies. You're not friends. But me, I was different. I would beat a guy up and want to be his friend. And he would be my friend. And if anybody think and act like they want to do something to me, it would be that guy that would go out in defense of me. So I did 26 years. I had 12 fights. And they was always with big guys because I didn't like bullies. 12 fights, that's not a lot of fighting in 26 years. The rest of my fights was mental. I didn't have to have a lot of fights because the reputation went before me. So fast forward real quick. So I started to hang around with a group of people. I felt like, man, I can lead these guys. These guys don't know where they're going. Let me get with them. Let me help them out. I started doing things with them. We did our prison thing. We was having money. Well, I was having money and I was sharing my wealth. But they decided one day that they was going to, it was a group of them, they decided that they was going to jack me, stab me, hit me in the head, and run me off the ranch. And that blew my mind back, because in my heart, I thought I was Jonah. I thought I was somebody running from my calling to help people. So I went to the aid of these men to try to help them. But these same men was ready to cut my throat. It was then that I woke up. I said, I think I was woke, but not woke to that extent. It was then that I divorced myself from the prison street life. I just woke up one day. I said, you know what? I'm going to survive this. I'm not going to kill nobody in this prison. I've been talking to enough convicts where they done killed people, stabbed them, all in the name of showing them that they're tough. Don't mess with me. So what I did, I went off on a fearless journey to understand me. I bought books on psychology. I made myself an authority on psychology, meaning me, learning who I am, studying about me. That way I didn't have to pretend to be strong. I can actually be strong. I can be silent. I can be laid back. And I don't feel guilty, or I don't feel pressured, peer pressure to be someone that I wasn't. And after that, I was pushed into leadership to lead over 200 men. And while I was in that leadership, I was pushed to lead 200 more men. I developed a domestic violence abuser program called Men's Challenge Psychoviolence Against Women. And in that program, I taught power over self, not power over people. Because I believe if you can command yourself to do a thing, you can command people, right? What am I talking about? I'm talking about discipline, being able to command yourself. So these are the things that I taught. But also, while I was in that situation, my staff, it was a group of them. I was on my way out of prison. I had like a year left. They conspired against me, put a hit out on me, because I was the leader. I was the leader for 9 years. And how I ruled, what kept me successful, what kept me from getting institutionalized and being an animal, I practiced being able to love people. So I would get the gangsters and the thugs and whoever else they thought they was. I would deal with them in private and talk to their heart, make a real connection with them. I did things that other men didn't do. Even they'll walk out of my interview, they'll walk out of my office, they'll still be acting hard, but they know when they see me, I know them. I know who they are. I did my cellmates like that. But fast forward, the men that was around me, they decided they were going to cut my throat. It got wind to me, because I always had people in my community. I had a circle of people inserted inside the little bitty circles that was in my community. So if something went on, they would come back and tell me. And I figured out, these people, they gonna cut my throat. Oh, that hurt me to my heart. These are the same men that are motivated to see things within themselves that they didn't see. I taught the men the things that I taught me. I practiced in the private and performed in the public. I gave these men that same thing with the help of God. It's not nothing that I had. It's with the help of God. So I was blown back by that. But I had a blind sailor, very intelligent, wise man. He said, Don Trump, walk away. Walk away from all of them. You got 25 years left. You got one more year. Walk away. It took everything in my power to do that. I walked the rec yard for many days. I couldn't believe the treacherousness and scandal, right? But it's a life lesson. So I walked away. What I did, I took them same dudes, I placed them in position, and I stepped down in the same community and allowed them to lead. They could not leave. People wouldn't listen to them. I don't care what they said, how they said, they would not listen to them. Stuff started getting out of control. I'm not the leader anymore, but I'm within the ranks. So I'm in the ranks, and stuff would happen. Sometimes I couldn't help it. I step outside the ranks and leave. I would stop commotion because I felt like it was my fault because I stepped down from leadership. But make a long story short, these people couldn't lead their community until I left the unit. So I made a decision to leave the unit and go to another unit and just spend my year without responsibilities, without the responsibility of leading men. Because I won't lie, it is a heavy job dealing with human beings. So I went to the next unit, and they got word that I was a lead over there for over 9 years. And the men over there developed a dislike for me because they felt like, how could you be in our community and you not taking a position of leadership? I didn't want to take a position of leadership. It was time for me to get ready to reintegrate back into society. It was time for me to get to me. I did 26 years. I gave a lot to those men. A lot. A lot of nights of studying, a lot of nights of drinking coffee, a lot of nights of searching my soul, searching the scriptures, a lot of spiritual work. I was ready to leave prison, and I didn't want to get off into the scandal. But the moral of what I'm telling you is, gangsters, players, common folks, you don't want what I've been through. You might think you're angry. You might think you're tough. You might think you're a shooter. You might think all these, egotistical things that we learn in the streets. But I'm telling you, you don't want that. You don't want to go to the chow hall and eat slop. You don't want people abusing you every day. You have to fight psychologically to withstand that stuff. You don't want a cellmate that you might have to beat his brains out because he's trying something funny with you. His mind is sick. Yes, you can fight, but you can't fight everybody. You don't want to have to wake up one day and you have to kill somebody. You don't want to have to wake up looking at the walls and your toilet is by your head. So I'm telling you, use your mind. Find an exit from the bullshit. Stop jiving people and stop jiving yourself. And I'm talking to the ladies too. Stop jiving. I'm telling you, I have a PhD in human behavior. I have dealt with every possible human being. Some of the meanest, some of the nicest. In prison, you think it's just mean, but you got geniuses in prison. Highly educated men. You got evil people. You got people that act like dogs. And you got people that act like slave masters. And they don't give a damn what's in your head. You understand me? Stop playing with yourself. Ladies, stop playing with yourself. Stop jiving. Get around successful women, people really doing something. Try to put down the drugs. Try to put down the weed, the alcohol. It's not an easy process, but it's possible. Tap into your higher self. I'm not telling you nothing to put fear in you. I'm trying to wake you up. And once you woke, you stay woke. Don't go back to sleep. I'm not asleep. I come into society with a good heart. But I realize I've been taught another lesson, that people take your goodness as a come up. As a come up, like, I can get him. I used to think like that too. I see somebody and say, oh, that's a come up. I'm playing on their goodness. But that's all you would do, is gonna play yourself to the death. You're gonna play yourself. I have a cousin, and I won't say her name. She lost her mind trying to play me and trying to play everything. When does life get real? I leave you as I came, with peace, that feel good feeling. You know we all want it. Take my words and don't let them fall on deaf ears. I ain't practicing hate, I'm practicing awareness. And to be aware is to be alive. Stay alive.